bit. I got.
You take the moon and you take the sun. You take everything that seems like fun. And then you're done.
Rattle, 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 rattle.
Hello, everyone. DCF here. Welcome back for another shit video. You guys didn't see the video last week because there really wasn't shit going on. There really wasn't anything newsworthy at all. Until fucking Wednesday, of course. So I didn't even have a chance to film, so sorry about that. But on Wednesday, Jerry said that his players were all gonna stand during the national anthem and that he was gonna continue his partnership with Papa John's. This isn't really newsworthy. If anything, it's fucking old. So there's not really too much to talk about that. If you want to know my opinion about the whole protest shit, you can watch my video about the NFL banning protests during the national anthem. Just get my full take on that. And then Thursday, I think it was Thursday, Dez Bryant lashed out against the Cowboys on Twitter, which is pretty funny, you know. I thought that he was supposed to be talking to the Cleveland fucking Browns, but you know, let's take a look at what he said. So apparently Stephen Jones said on a talk radio So apparently Stephen Jones was on a Cowboys talk radio show or some shit, and he said that he felt that Dak was going to do a lot better this year, especially with Dez Bryant not being in his ear. And whoo boy, that didn't go with Dez, that didn't work out with him at all. He tweeted, "Here we go with the scapegoat shit. I charged everything to the game and went the other way. Y'all know what the real problem is. Don't put it on me with that bullshit. Garbage ass play calling, everyone lined up in the same spot for 17 weeks. Dez, I fucking hate you. But at the same time, I sort of love you because of this tweet." It's definitely not the first time a Cowboys player is mentioned coaching. Then he went on to say, "Jerry was the only one who was clueless. Shit was planned to get me out. Ask Travis and my brother Sean Lee." So he decides to throw Sean Lee under the bus just for no fucking reason at all. And then he said, "Yeah, he's supposed to been my brother. We laughed, talked about goals and stuff. He sat right across from me in the locker room. Never thought we had a problem. I got cut. He was the first to know. I found out he was also behind it. Damn." And then he goes on to say that he's behind Zeke, Dak, T. Will, and a lot of others. Talk about how they've supported him and they want them to achieve everything they have their mind on. It's just another example of Dez being fucking stupid. It's another reason why no fucking team should sign him. Then someone eventually brought it up with Sean Lee at training camp, and this was his response. "First thing, to say that I can get anybody off the team and have any input on the roster is absurd. Second thing, I love Dez and I want the best for him. To be honest, we did butt heads because I wanted Dez to be more accountable to this team and to his teammates. And to be honest with you, a lot of the team felt that way. I think he needs to look at himself and hold himself accountable." Spoken like a true general, you know. Essentially best way of saying, hey, I love you, but hey, fuck off. And then a lot of the players at training camp said that they were glad that he was gone. They collectively felt a player of Dez's reputation needed to be a better leader, but instead of being a better leader, they felt Dez was a negative influence on young players. So, bottom line, this pretty much fucking buries any possibility of Dez coming back to Dallas. Can we finally bury that fucking rumor? Okay. But yeah, in case you guys didn't know, apparently Dez and Cleveland, they've actually been talking. And earlier today I think, maybe yesterday, Antonio Brown said, "Come to the Steelers. Fuck it. Dez, don't listen to him. Go to Cleveland. Please go to Cleveland. I will give you a fucking Coke if you go to fucking Cleveland." Hoo boy. On Friday, some of the players gave their input on the whole national anthem shit. Ezekiel Elliott said, "Not to throw shade at anybody else, but I'm gonna stand during the national anthem. We're America's team. We have to represent, basically." And then Dak Prescott gave his 2 cents in there as well. He said that he's going to go out there, he's going to stand. And he said that football has done a lot for him. And pretty much saying, bringing politics and controversial shit into it that really ruins the sport for everything else, which is exactly what I said 2 years ago when this whole bullshit started to begin with. And apparently, Black Twitter didn't really appreciate that. Fuck. And ever since he said that, he's been getting attacked everywhere on fucking social media. Calling him a coon, calling him a slave, you know, calling him an Uncle Tom and Uncle Ruckus. And it's just absolutely fucking absurd. These people are so goddamn stupid. It seems to me like these people didn't quite appreciate Dak exercising his First Amendment right while he was at work. How interesting. And of course that's a little bit of, you know, hypocrisy on my part. Or, I mean, not really. But nonetheless, I think it still illustrates my point pretty well that for a group of people who were so fucking passionate 3 days ago about being all for freedom of speech and being huge supporters of the First Amendment, you sure are some disgusting, hateful, and hypocritical piles of fucking garbage. Yeah, the First Amendment, yeah, you know, freedom of speech, yeah, that's all well and good, you know, but if you say, if you say something that I don't agree with, you're a fucking racist. It's pretty hilarious that these people, they don't even know what the fuck the First Amendment even is, but they've completely forgotten entirely why it was implemented to begin with. I knew this would happen. I fucking knew this would happen, dude. 3 days ago, these racist NFL players, they need to let their players speak up against this issue. And then Dak Prescott, he gives his first opinion on it. No. You're a fake black person. Yeah, you're whitewashed. You're brainwashed. Go back to your massa. Go back to... fucking hell. Can you imagine being so racist that you believe that black people, they can't think for themselves? You have to manipulate them into thinking the same way that you do? At this point, liberals, I don't think we should call them liberals. I think we should just call them demons. And that you know, that describes them pretty perfectly. As a matter of fact, it's kind of an understatement. These are the same people. They were happy and they were cheering on Twitter about the whole Hurricane Harvey thing that hit Texas, purely because Texas was a red state, even though Houston is a sanctuary city, which is pretty fucking funny. Not only did they turn a blind eye when some kids who were supporters of Black Lives Matter fucking tortured an autistic Trump supporter, but now they're putting on this mask and they're pretending that they actually give a shit about racial inequality. Now, I said in my last video, if you want to portray yourself as this Martin Luther King reincarnate, if you want to think that you're actually doing something meaningful, go ahead and do it. Do it outside of work. Do it on your own time. Well, let's take a look at this past offseason. Has literally any fucking player at all hosted an event or a concert or something to show their support for racial equality? No, they fucking haven't. We're simply asking them to do something on their own time, put their money where their mouth is, but the thing is, they're too big of fucking pussies to do that. Either that, or they just don't care at all. Could be both, but I like to think that they don't care simply because this protest, it doesn't even make any fucking sense to begin with. And it seems to me that these people, they care a hell of a lot more about doing the protest specifically during the national anthem than they actually do about what they're fucking protesting for. Colin Kaepernick and Eric Reid are unemployed. So fucking what? What does that have to do with your freedom of speech? What does that have to do? How does that stop you from protesting? Like, are you serious? Oh, remember when Colin Kaepernick said that he wasn't gonna do that nonsensical protest anymore? Yeah. Notice how he said that after he's been unemployed for, what, few weeks? Couple months, maybe? Oh boy. So yeah, those are my thoughts on all the, all the bullshit that's been going on over the past couple of days. I would like to finish this off by asking a question I should have thrown in in my video about the NFL banning the national anthem protest, but I didn't have time and I just forgot about it. That question would just simply be, why? Why is it simply not enough that not only are these players being paid millions of fucking dollars to play in a sport that they are passionate for, but they must also have this special right that nobody else has, literally nationwide, and that right would be voicing their political beliefs while they're at their job. You know, notice how I use the word special, right? There's a word for that. You know there's a word for that? It's called privilege. To all the people who were blasting Dak Prescott on Instagram, I mean, just look at his comments. Just scroll through his comments. It's nothing but garbage. All the people who participated in blasting Dak Prescott, you're a disgusting piece of shit. You need to drown in battery acid. But before you do that, be sure to smash that motherfucking like button. And I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what your thoughts on all this shit is. I've heard that the Cowboys secondary has been doing fucking fantastic in training camp. But I'll see you guys next time, and peace.